Hi friends, welcome to the video. I'm Olivia, and if you've never seen my face before, I am a perfume enthusiast, reviewer, whatever you'd like to call me, so if you're into that sort of thing, consider subscribing. And if you're a returning friend, welcome back. Hi friends! I'm very excited because today we have a very cool video. I have been waiting to do this video because I've been waiting for some shipments to come in. So today we're going to be talking about popular Arab perfumes. And I just wanted to say, I apologize for wearing my tinted glasses today. I know I usually don't wear my glasses on camera, but the light is very bright, and because I have light eyes, I get headaches from really bright lights, and so I feel a headache coming on. I'm gonna keep these on for the video. I hope you guys don't mind. Without further ado, let's get into the video. The thing that's cool about Arab perfumes is they tend to be, one, very affordable. You can usually get any of these fragrances that I'm talking about for well under $100. I think the most expensive out of all of the fragrances that I'm going to talk about are 55, which is pretty good. It's pretty affordable for some people. Everyone has a different budget. You tell me, what does affordable look like to you? I think 55 and under is pretty good. Secondly, is that Arab perfumes tend to last a lifetime. You spray them on and they tend to be very good projectors, performers. They'll last a long time. First up, we have a very, very popular fragrance. This is called Shag Off Oud by Swiss Arabian. This is a powerhouse. This is a great one to start with because you can find this for about $25 online. So this is an oud dominant fragrance, and a lot of people are not familiar with oud. It is a resin, a sap that is created by the agarwood tree when it is infected with a certain type of fungus. But not all trees that are infected with this fungus will produce this sap, this oud. It's used in a lot of different Arab perfumes, but what does it smell like? It's thick, it's sweet, it's a little bit sticky, and some ouds, depending, can smell a little bit earthy, a little bit animalic, so it's a very versatile note. So with Shag Off Oud, this is an oud dominant fragrance, but what makes this interesting is it is a sweet, jammy rose. So this has notes of praline. So if you like something that's a little bit gourmand, very sweet, very strong, very powerful, this is not going to be for someone who is very sensitive to perfumes. But this is not a vintage smelling rose. It's almost like a candied, jammy rose. To me, the oud in this almost has a slightly metallic type scent to it. So if you can imagine a dark, woody, earthy, sweet, sweet rose with a slight metallic touch, that's what you're going to get out of this. And this is a beast, an absolute beast. It projects, it lasts 12 hours plus. It is a very, very powerful fragrance. So if you're on a budget and you like that scent profile, Shag Off Oud is a good place to start. Next, I got this one on Amazon. This is called Choco Musk, and this is by Al Rehab. This is a musky chocolate fragrance, but to me, this literally smells like Cocoa Puffs. It smells slightly artificial, kind of fluffy, very sweet, powdery chocolate. To me, this is one of the softer fragrances, but mind you, this is only about $12 on Amazon, so it's a really good price. And if you like something that's soft, sweet, a little warm, and a little bit musky, the performance of this is not, in my opinion, as good as a lot of other Arab fragrances. Some people can become anosmic, or go nose blind, or stop smelling this fragrance. To me, I can still smell it on myself, but it doesn't have a big projection. It's more of an intimate scent. If you like something that's a little bit more subtle, very, very affordable, and sweet and chocolatey, I would try out Choco Musk. Next is also by Al Rehab, and this is called Soft. And again, this is an extremely affordable fragrance. I think I got this on Amazon for about $10. As the name would suggest, this is a softer fragrance. Now, what does this smell like? This smells exactly like Aqualina Pink Sugar without that weird burnt plastic smell. I personally find Aquilina Pink Sugar to be a suffocating fragrance. I think it's screechy. I think there's nothing soft about it. So if you can imagine a softer rendition, almost like a spun sugar. Now they say that this has citrus and caramel and vanilla, but I personally get almost like a cotton candy with a vanilla. And it's very delicate, but very, very, very sweet. And I find this one to kind of smell cheap, if I'm being honest. I'm not the type of person that enjoys really, really sweet fragrances. So if you like something that's like cotton candy, fluffy, vanilla, sugary, but you want something a little bit softer than Aquilina Pink Sugar, this is a good option. Next from El Rehab, also very affordable, this is Delal. Now this is a caramel fragrance, and this is thick and syrupy. This one performs a lot better than the last two, in my opinion, from El Rehab. This one is another one that's affordable yet very, very long lasting. It projects not quite as much as the very first one I showed you guys, but this one, really good performer for the price. But I find it a little bit synthetic. It's almost as if you were to mix caramel with acetone. It's not my favorite, if I'm being honest. It's a little bit unrefined, a little bit rough around the edges. It is very warm, it's very sugary, it is very sweet and creamy. But in the beginning, don't be surprised if you get almost like an acetone type scent. Next, this is a super popular one on TikTok and on Instagram. This is called Yara by Lattafa. And a lot of people say that this smells like a strawberry milkshake. While I could see that comparison, personally to me, this is not truly a gourmand. So you do have those sweet gourmand aspects, but imagine a strawberry milkshake hair conditioner. It's got some creaminess to it, but it definitely smells like a really nice body cream. It has heliotrope, so it has a little bit of powderiness, a little bit of floral aspects. So when people say that this is just a pure gourmand, it smells like a strawberry milkshake, I don't really agree with that. But if you can imagine a really, really nice hair conditioner that has a fruity scent to it, but it's not sour, it's more creamy. That's what I get from this. And I get a moderate performance. This is maybe about a 6 to 7 hours wear with a pretty mild to medium projection. This is more of a your skin but better scent. If you're pretty sensitive, this would be a good option for someone who wants to smell sweet and creamy and feminine, a little bit gourmand, but doesn't want to be suffocated and doesn't want something that smells like Jolly Rancher. If perfume oils are your thing, this is from Swiss Arabian, and this is called Layla Rouge. This is a very tropical perfume oil, and this has notes of coconut, hibiscus, peach, rose, so it is very sweet, but on the more tangy side of things. Whereas the last one was more of a hair conditioner type, it's creamy but not tart. This has a little bit of tartness, and this would be really good layered under any of your summer fragrances because it has that very tropical scent to it. And the benefit of adding a perfume oil into your rotation is the layering possibilities. So you can mix a little bit of this in with your moisturizers, and it really helps to lock in your fragrances. And in the beginning, when I first tried this, I wasn't sure what I thought about it, but as it warmed up on my skin, it was just so sweet and like a tropical vacation. And so although I haven't had a chance to give this a really thorough rundown, I'm excited to try it. It's a beautiful bottle. I think it would be a nice mantelpiece. So if perfume oils are your thing, I would try this. Next is Casablanca by Swiss Arabian, and I have seen a lot of people that this smells like an apple pie. Once again, I'm going to have to disagree because although this has the note of apple, and it also has the note of grape, which gives it a sweetness and a little bit of tartness. This also has caramel, so it has some gourmand facets, but it's not as thick and heavy and cloying as you would imagine. I will have to say that this is another one that I don't really care for. It has a really strong, almost acetone-like scent to it. Although it's affordable, it smells cheap. I know a lot of people like this one, so I don't want to bash it in any way, but it's just not for me. I feel like it needs to be a little bit more gourmand. Some of the fresher elements are mixing with the alcohol and making it smell a little bit like cleaner. This one, not really for me. I would pass on this one. Next is Fakhar by Lattafa, and this is often considered to be similar to L'Interdit by Givenchy. And I find L'Interdit to be really, really heavy on the white florals. Can be a little bit headache inducing. I like the eau de toilette version, but in my opinion, this is a very sweet bubblegummy floral, and I find it to be less headache inducing, a little bit more powdery. So this is sweet bubblegum. And this projects and lasts for a very long time. And when I was purchasing this online, the bottle, for some reason, looked very small and cheap and flimsy. And it came in a beautiful packaging. And the bottle is very, very heavy and substantial. It is a plastic cap, but it's good quality. I find this so delicious. So if you like L'Interdit, I'm sure you will like this. It's just not as intense on the white florals. You still have gardenia, tuberose, jasmine, but they're very sweet. They're very playful without being immature smelling. Next, this one is also super duper popular right now. This is called Nebras, and this smells identical to Billie Eilish's perfume. So this is Billie Eilish, her very first rendition. And what this smells like is a chocolatey vanilla that's very sugary with a strong note of red berries. And to me, the Billie Eilish came off a little bit synthetic. This one smells so similar, so similar, but it doesn't smell as synthetic to me. This smells rich and warm and sweet, a little fluffy, and it is very, very powerful. It's very, very, very long lasting. So if you had any sort of performance issues, but you really enjoyed this scent, this is almost identical, but I believe it to be a little bit better, and you're not skimping on packaging. The packaging is very heavy. It is very heavy, it is very luxurious, and the box that it came in could be saved for trinkets. So the experience of this is well worth the money. I think for Arab perfumes, this one was a little bit more expensive, closer to that $55 I mentioned earlier, but well worth it. Next is by the brand El Haramain, and this is Laventure Femme. There's multiple different versions, so there's Laventure for men, there's Laventure Rose that we'll talk about later, but this one specifically is Laventure Femme. And this is supposed to smell like Creed Aventus for her, and it smells very, very similar. And again, the performance is just incredible. So this one has some sweet berry notes in the opening, which you get, but it's not juvenile whatsoever. This is a very classy, sophisticated scent because you got a strong hit of musk, and you've got some nice vanilla and woodiness in the dry down. This is a bossy gal scent. This is a professional scent, and this would make an incredible signature scent for every day because you could wear this on date night, but it still wouldn't be inappropriate or too sexy to wear in a work setting. But just be warned that you don't need very many sprays of this. It's very powerful, it will last. It's just a really, really good one. This has to be one of my favorite of all of the haul that I'm doing today. From the same brand, as you can see, the bottle is the same. This is Laventure Rose. Now, this is a dupe of Roses Vanille by Mancera or Intense Cafe by Montal, but not as coffee dominant. This is a rose vanilla, and this is absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. Now, personally, rose vanilla fragrances have to be some of my all-time favorite fragrances ever, and this is no exception. It is beautiful. Again, something that's going to be a little bit better in warmer weather, but it is creamy, it's sophisticated, it definitely doesn't have any cheap juvenile quality about it. The quality of these ones are immaculate, so if you take away anything from this list, this is the best one if you like rose and vanilla. Absolutely gorgeous, stunning. I'm obsessed with this one. And very similar to the last one, this is Ajwad by Lattafa. Now this one is also a vanilla rose, but this has a lot more fruitiness in the beginning. So when those dry down, they smell very similar. I personally prefer Laventure Rose over Ajwad, but if you can imagine, Laventure Rose is a more wintry fragrance. I think that this one would be a little bit more appropriate for spring, summer, but I say that lightly because this is an absolute beast. I sprayed one singular spritz on my arm and I could smell it for 18 hours. One spray. So the quality of this is beautiful. So if you like a vanilla rose, but you're looking for something a little bit more candied in the beginning, a little bit more sweet, this one is going to be for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If I am missing any Arab perfumes that you are diehard about, that you absolutely love, please comment them down below because I have really enjoyed getting to know these fragrances. They are accessible and affordable, yet they are really, really good for lasting. Just because you're getting a less expensive perfume doesn't mean that you shouldn't have the experience of having a really nice quality bottle and a really good performance. And I think Arab perfumes do that the absolute best. So if you're on a budget and any of these sound good, I would suggest checking them out on Amazon. I'll try to link everything down below. And until next Saturday, take care of yourselves, my friends.